Hey guys, this is Goku, and on this channel we talk about poker and ideas that can improve your life. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and click the subscribe button because I'll be honored to have you here. Today we're gonna jump into the last GTO Trainer session that we're gonna play on the Simple GTO Trainer. And we're playing the spot 8 big blinds, heads up, limped pots. And this is our last session because on the Simple GTO Trainer we're only playing 100 hands per spot, so should be interesting, should be fun. After this session I will try and summarize my feelings and my experience with the Simple GTO Trainer and try and compare it to the WPT GTO Trainer. So let's jump right into it. Let's start the last session. Here we've got Jack 6 off on a 10 deuce deuce. We're gonna bet it in position, and we see the solver is preferring a check here 90% of the time. 5 of clubs on the turn, we're gonna check it, and we're gonna check on the ace of clubs on the river because we got nice showdown value, but we lose it to a pair of tens. Jack 7 on a 9-5 queen. In position again, we're gonna bet it, and we should check 25% of the time. On the 3 of diamonds, we're gonna check. Solver agrees with this line. And on the another 3 on the river, do we take a stab at this or do we give it up? I think we mostly give it up, yeah. And we lost to a pair of 5s, but we played it well. King 4 of clubs on a 7-4-10 is a check out of position and a call. And there's a 7 of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna check. And we're gonna check once again on the deuce of spades. We see the solver is betting here 22% of the time. Villain checks behind and we win with our pair of 4s. 9 deuce of spades on an a6-5. Is a check probably a lot of the time. It's not a check ever. It's a 100% bet with our hand. Okay, good to know. 7-5 off on a 10-3 king is a bet. And we hit a 5 on the turn. Do we continue betting here? I think so. But we should actually rather choose to check instead of betting. And that's what the solver is doing. 5 deuce of diamonds on a queen 8-4. I'm gonna bet them in position. 6 of spades on the turn. I'm gonna check this time. And another 4 of spades on the river means we're gonna fold. Surprisingly, the solver is raising all in here a quarter of the time. I don't think the villain is ever folding here, right? Unless he's bluffing. Maybe he is bluffing this often, and that's why the solver is raising here a quarter of the time. 10-7 off on an ace-5-4. We're gonna bet. 6 of hearts on the turn. Are we betting again or are we checking? I think we're mostly checking here. Yeah, 99.59%. 6 of diamonds on the river, and we're gonna take a stab at the spot now. Solver agrees with this line. It's never checking here, but we have to fold since the villain raises all in with a made straight. Queen 3 off on a 10-8-9. It's gonna be a bet. We hit our straight on the turn, so we're gonna continue betting. But the villain folds. Queen 5 off on a king jack 8 in position. It's a bet. Should also be a check 52% of the time. Villain folded. 9-5 of hearts on an ace 6-4. It's a check in position, out of position, and a fold to a bet. 6 deuce of diamonds on an ace jack ace. We check it. We check again on the king of hearts. And I think we check for the third time and fold to a bet on a 9 of diamonds river. And the villain had a jack. 5-3 off on a 6 deuce deuce. We're checking. And now we're following here with the gut shot. I think so. We're not. Okay, so okay, I think I know what it is. So if the board is paired, that's when the gut shot increases in value. Okay, and we see that the solver is calling here a quarter of the time and min raising 3/4 of the time. Queen deuce off on a 5-3 jack with 2 hearts. We're gonna check it. It's a 34% check, 65% bet. Now the villain leads to us on a king of diamonds, and we're just gonna fold. Pocket tens on a king 9-5. It's gonna be a bet in position, and we're gonna see a fold. 6-3 of diamonds on a 7-3 ace. Again, we bet in position. And this is an incorrect move. We see the solver checking here 100% with our hand. Interesting. Pocket eights on a 4 deuce 7 with 2 hearts. We're gonna bet 1. Villain folds. 5-3 off. It's a check on the big blind. We're gonna check on the jack as well. And are we gonna try and bet here? Perhaps, yeah. Villain folds, but we see the solver is checking here 99% of the time. And only betting 1%. 8-4 of clubs on a queen jack 10. It's gonna be a check. We're gonna check once again on the 5 of diamonds. And we're gonna fold to a bet. And that's the same line that the solver takes. 10-8 of spades on a king 6-4. It's going to be a check and a fold. And this is a 99.5% call. With 10-8, we've got about 2 overs for a second pair. And we've got a gut, not a gut shot, but a backdoor flush draw. So that's quite interesting that we call here. But yeah, let's move on. 9-7 off on a queen trade deuce. We're betting it. And the villain is folding. King 5 on a 6-5 deuce. Gonna check. 9 of diamonds on the turn. We're gonna take a stab now. We go cold. Queen on the river means we're checking. And are we calling the bet here or are we folding? I think we're folding. We should actually be calling 99% of the time. This is not a good fold. And I guess this is because we have both flush draws, two flush draws, hearts and diamonds. We have some straight draws, and yeah, I think this is mostly the reasons why it should be a call. another fold. 10-5 on an ace 10-7, we check it. A king folds on the turn. I'm gonna check it once again. We see the solver's doing 56% of betting here. And we're gonna check it for the last time on the river. And we're gonna go check call. And the solver actually tells us this should be a check shove instead. Okay. 9-5 on a 7-6-5, two hearts. Gonna be a check on the flop. A 9 falls on the turn. Gonna try and bet. Villain folds, and we see the solver checking here 65% of the time. 9-5 off on a 10-3 king with two hearts. We're gonna take a stop. The villain folds. 6-5 off on an ace-6-3 is a check and a call. There's a 7 of spades on the turn. We check once again. Do we call now once again? Or do we shove it? I think we call. We do call. And now on the river, I think we should just shove. It's 58% check, 42% shove. We get called and we split the pot. Okay, we've played our 25 hands. These were the last hands we're gonna play on the GTO, on the Simple GTO, for now at least. The overall EV loss is at minus 1.62, so I think that's a lot. Yeah, we made this one error, just pretty big mistake. Let's go back to it because I remember it. Right, so we called this on the river and it should be a shove 99.9% of the time. Makes sense. So we can end this session. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't correct our score, we only made it worse. You can take a look at the overall graph here. Not this one, but rather this one. Yeah, so we have minus 4.38 BBs of EV loss after 100 hands. So, not great. It's hard for me to say if the spot is, yeah, okay-ish, pretty good, pretty bad. Definitely hard to say. What we know of is, yeah, this spot is on really small stacks, so I'd say it's probably something like average. I don't know, but nonetheless, if we take a look at all these spots here that we've played 300 hands on the GTO Trainer, and our overall EV loss was at minus 68 BBs, so not that much. It's like, what, minus 22 BBs of EV loss per 100 hands, so pretty good spot, a pretty good result. Just wonder what I can also show here on this graph. Yeah, not much. The combinations here, it's what we've already discussed quite a lot, and that is the fact that we should do more checking and calling and less betting and raising and folding. This is what we need to work on. But just quickly summing up the GTO, the Simple GTO Trainer, I would say I like the tool quite a bit. I haven't really tested out this custom games functionality, which is probably the main value of the Simple GTO software in general. But yeah, I specifically wanted to test just the GTO Trainer part of it. And I've only been, testing these free solutions. So perhaps if we bought this Core GTO pack, we would have some more interesting spots to play. And it would maybe be more fun. But in general, I prefer the WPT GTO Trainer. It's just more intuitive, simple, quicker. I don't know, I don't really like the fact that this is a desktop app and the Simple GTO Trainer was a cloud app, and that worked better for me. I don't like to install things on my computer, but nonetheless, I think it's a nice software. But when it comes to simple, easy to use, and quick to use GTO trainers, if I were to compare this one to the WPT one, I would prefer the WPT one. So next up is gonna be the Snowy, the Poker Snowy, and I'm really curious to see how that one works and how easy to use and intuitive it is. So thank you very much for watching. If you stayed this long, please leave a comment below. Just write GTO or ask any question you might have. Check out the description of this video for links to previous spots we've played on the Simple GTO Trainer platform or on the WPT GTO Trainer platform. And I guess that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye. Do you want to learn how to play PLO? Are you a beginner player who's never played Omaha before? Do you want to learn how to crush casual players easily? If so, this course is perfect for you. It's a crash course on Pot Limit Omaha dedicated for beginner players. You will learn all the fundamentals of PLO. You will learn what hands to play, when to play them, and how to play them. You will learn the basic strategies that allow you to be a winning player at your home games or microstakes online. If you want to learn PLO quickly and easily, get this course now at gokupoker.com.